Enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Welcome to Man vs. Mind, part 3 of our aging series. My name is Tim.
And I'm Jay.
Another week has gone by.
Yes.
Here we are again on Monday.
So quick.
So quick. And we did say that last week we turned another year older. So today we're talking all about birthdays. And because you mentioned it last week, flashbacks and like time traveling stuff. Yeah, we'll come on to that a little bit later on. But we wanted to talk a little bit today about the kind of changing mindset that we have towards birthdays and how it might make you feel. But before we get onto that, you may have noticed this week that some ads have started to appear. And we take that very seriously. We want to make it clear. We're really going to keep on it to make sure that only kind of appropriate ads turn up on the feed. But if you would prefer to have an ad-free experience, you can head over to our Patreon. Yeah.
Man versus... Are you looking at me to say it?
I'm just looking at you anyway.
Man versus Mind Patreon.
Yeah. Man vs. Mind Pod on Patreon, and that's where you can get ad-free episodes. Jay and I put up additional kind of random bonus content here and there as well, and we're going to look into sort of quite a few other things. What you might notice, depending on where you're consuming this podcast, is that we've got quite a sort of like haphazard video setup going on.
Yeah.
So we might do some sort of behind the scenes of...
We're back to feeling very awkward. And, on
I live
show.
in awkward.
True.
That's where I spend my whole life, baby.
I know. But having
saying baby at the end of that sentence.
Cameras pointing at me is... I'm trying to just disassociate from them and pretend they're not there.
Yes, that's the way.
Yeah.
That's the way. And so yeah, over on Patreon for just $5 a month, you can get a whole bunch of ad-free episodes. You can get some bonus content. We have awkward conversations, reflections episodes, all that kind of stuff, as well as just periodic additional bits of fun.
Episodes, yeah. We've got stuff coming up.
So check that out. 7 days for free, then $5 a month. Man vs. Mind Pod on Patreon. Jay,
hello.
Belated happy birthday.
Thank you very much. Right back at you.
Yeah, thanks, man. Have you noticed a change in your mindset or mentality towards birthdays?
Oh, dramatically.
Really?
Dramatically.
Please.
I could not care less. In the slightest.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because they don't have the same appeal they did when you're younger.
Uh-huh.
When you're younger, it's just a massive party. You'll get everyone together. Everyone's available. Let's go out. Let's go have fun.
It's sort of like a celebration of youth.
Yeah, exactly.
And life.
Yeah.
And you're full of joie de vivre.
Yeah, you're
and
ready to
the
go.
world is your fucking oyster.
Now, I know a birthday going out, and then tomorrow I'm going to be hungover. I can't really be bothered. It's lovely and everything that everyone wants to come and celebrate with you. I really appreciate it. But I'd rather just be on the sofa chilling, having a home-cooked meal.
Could not agree more.
Yeah.
Do you feel like when it's your birthday, there's like a pressure?
For me, no, because since I've been married and even prior to being married, my wife has organised everything. So for the last 4 or 5 years, I haven't had to lift a finger on sorting out a birthday.
Oh, good for you, man.
Getting anyone together. It's all been done for me, which is amazing. And even now I still complain about it. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to go anywhere.
Yeah.
And then there will be, by the way, we're going out on Friday or Saturday or whenever the day is that is your birthday. And you're like, oh, okay. So that means you and I and about 20 other people. I get really anxious about that. Like, really anxious.
Yeah, I can relate to that.
But not so much for the crowd reason. Like, there being a lot of people there. It's more so that someone gets missed out. Because I haven't had a hand in organising it.
Yeah.
And I just need to make this clear. My wife has never missed anyone out. But in the back of my mind, I'm always thinking, oh my God, has she invited him? Is he coming? What if he doesn't come? Is he going to be angry at me for not inviting? Does he think that... really gets me on edge.
I can completely understand that.
Really gets me.
Yep. Do you feel like there is a pressure to perform? Where, like, maybe if you're just not feeling great, or like I get quite anxious around my birthday. I don't know why. But I do, and the thought of kind of needing to be on form at things like this, and then kind of be like,
For the
oh
actual,
my God, like, thank you so much.
yeah,
Like, when
yeah.
I'm just inside, I'm just like, fucking exhausted. Work's been shit. Like, kids have been trying. I haven't slept properly for 3.5 years.
Yeah.
All of these things, but you still have to be like, stand and deliver.
Yeah, but I mean, that's work for me anyway. You know what I mean? That's I have to do that on the daily. So it's a very easy flip for me to go, okay, yeah, no, everything's good. Yeah, amazing, great, thank you.
Yeah.
That's part and parcel. And I don't feel that way because, you know, when we do these things, they're so lovely. And of course, when you're in the moment, I really enjoy it. I've got all my friends around me, all my loved ones. That's amazing. It's more so that the pre-build up to it. One, the anxiety is making sure everyone's going. That's you know, and then two, it's like you're saying, like, oh my God, just rather not. But then when you're there, I always have a lovely time, and I had a lovely time, as the listeners will know, because my slurring voice on the last podcast.
Yeah.
Weirdly, I lost my
You did
voice for
sound
the
a bit
first time
wild.
that night, and it wasn't a loud place. It wasn't a place that we were shouting or having to talk over each other. On the way home, I couldn't speak.
No way.
It's never happened to me before in my life.
I think I've had laryngitis once, and
Right.
it lasted for ages, and it was after a night out. It was
Okay.
after like a Christmas party or something when I lived back in London, and my voice properly started to go, but then I still had to host a podcast the next morning, and I genuinely sounded like this as I was saying, hello and welcome to the show. Moving kind of on from birthday celebrations to how you perceive birthdays. Like, I don't see it as that celebration of youth anymore.
Because it's not.
And I don't like being that center of attention anyway. And like, I don't know, I think I've got to the age where it's more about like
surviving
is
Getting
one
another
thing.
year done.
Yeah, surviving is definitely one thing. But also, I don't know how to frame this without coming across as like really fucking selfish.
Okay.
But it's like, actually, who still cares?
I hope you don't mean about you, because many people care about you. Lots of people care about you. Do you mean like?
That's actually what I meant.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that's.
It's
not
like,
true.
who cares enough just to send a message? Who cares enough to make a deal out of it? And it sounds incredibly selfish.
Yeah.
But for some reason, that's just like ticking along in the back of my head. Because I don't really see my birthday as a big special thing anymore. And I don't know if that's just a matter
But
of
is
age.
that because
or
you
if-
don't think it's a special thing? You don't accept that other people would think it's a special thing? Because birthdays in themselves aren't special. It's just a day of the year. And really,
Yeah.
more so special probably to your parents than it is to you yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
And, you know, with that, if you have that attitude, well, I don't really care about it, then you probably expect other people not to care about it as much.
Maybe. Yeah, honestly, I don't know why I think like that, and I'm possibly not quite articulating myself in the best way possible here.
Okay.
I just don't like a big fuss.
Yeah.
I just like to know that people just go, "Oh, it's Tim's birthday today. Happy birthday." And when you have people who regularly miss it,
Yeah.
that's another thing. But like, okay, so my wife put in just the perfect amount of effort for me this year. It wasn't over the top. The kids and her blew up balloons, did a couple of prezzies, but she was also, on the day before, we were out as a family and we were on the way home, and my wife was driving, and I actually physically didn't feel very well, and I was just sitting in the car. It was like an hour long journey home or whatever, and I was like, oh God, honestly, I feel like shit. I just don't feel good. Like tummy's turning knots, whatever, and then we missed our exit to turn into our neighbourhood, and then she went one over, and I was like, what's going on? Where are you going? She's like, okay, now don't get annoyed. I know you didn't want anything, because I explicitly said I don't want to do like a thing for my birthday. And she's like, but I've just asked a couple of your mates to like just go for a pint.
Yeah.
Because, and it was like in the sweetest way. It sounds really, really low key, and other people would be like, that's how you celebrate a birthday.
Yeah.
But it was literally just like a couple of guys go for some pints. And that was just like perfect.
Yeah.
Like no pressure at all.
Well, this is why in the morning when you were messaging me going, can we do the afternoon? I'm like, no. Can we do the afternoon? No. What have you got on in the afternoon? Why can't we do the podcast in the afternoon? It's like, Tim, I can't do it. All right, leave it. But I meant to come, then I had something else came up, so I couldn't make it. So I apologise for that.
Well, this is not why I'm bringing this up.
No, okay, good.
I'm not needling you on this right now. But that was like perfect because it was just easygoing. I didn't want a big fuss made. But then, you know, the day itself was just lovely. Like some presents, and like my little boy said that he wanted to use the big pack of balloons that he has in his toy box.
Okay.
He wanted those to be the balloons that I had for my birthday, which is really sweet.
Yeah.
And like a little cake that the boy helped decorate and stuff. And it was just lovely. And it was, for me, that was kind of perfect because for the week like before and after my birthday, for some reason, I'm just like wrapped in this existential dread of like, I'm getting older. Am I where like I thought I'd be in life? Not necessarily like in terms of in a regretful way, but is it like, am I in the right place to take care of my family for the long term? Like, is my career going in the way I wanted it to? Are my friendships and the social circles and stuff like that we spoke about before, are they like in the right place? Am I taking care of my friendships and my relationships and all of this stuff that just as I get older, it just feels like my birthday is less significant and it's more of a continuous reminder of the fact that I'm getting older and the years are going by faster and faster and faster. Hence, enjoy yourself is later than you think.
Yeah.
I probably didn't articulate myself in the best way trying to explain that, but which is essential for a podcast. But it's difficult. It's kind of like feeling like you need to celebrate it in a meaningful way, which for me, then without being like overly self-indulgent, he says 12 minutes into monologuing. But also understanding that other people do want to celebrate it for you. So you kind of have to put your own like kind of preferences aside a little bit.
I think now, especially with the age we are, not often do we all get together and have a chance to celebrate. So that's another reason that I think, you know, birthdays are a good thing, I guess, that everyone can come together for a specific reason. It's Tim or Jay's birthday, or whoever's birthday it is, we got to go.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, fine. Then we got to go. It's their birthday because they came to our party, whatever it means. But it's like a glue almost to get you together, which I think is a nice thing about it.
Yes.
But yeah, I get the whole thing is just a constant reminder of getting older. But I've always kind of led with, and this is like my parents kind of said the same thing, that there's milestone birthdays, 18, 21, 30, and then 40.
Yeah.
And then probably 50 and 60, I guess, as well. These are the ones...
Anything with a 0.
Almost, yeah. And then one with a 1. 21.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
It's more American, isn't it? But
good point.
Actually, I really celebrated my 21st more than my 18th. Anyway, I think these are ones, and I will gear up for that. When it's my 40th, I'm going to have a big party.
Are you?
And I'm okay with that because I think you should. It's your 40th.
Oh bollocks! We're on the same day. That means I've got to do something big for 40th as well now.
Well, yeah, because you'll be joining.
Otherwise, I'll be turning up at your birthday being like, it's my 40th too.
Yeah, we're Tim and Jay's 40th.
Actually, I quite like that.
That could be really big.
Yeah. Should we do a live version of Man vs. Mind?
In front of everyone?
Well, everyone's got to turn up.
Yeah.
That kind of reminds me because my wife also doesn't like being kind of center of attention. And I realise I'm a massive like oxymoron because I mean, we do this podcast.
Yeah.
So I naturally like people listening to my voice. And I've been a musician my whole life, as we've discussed before. So I've got this thing where I need to like perform in front of people, but I don't like forcing people to kind of be very platitudinal and celebratory around me. I don't know why. It just makes me feel uncomfortable. But my wife said a few years ago we had a mutual good friend's 40th birthday, and we you and I pulled out all the stops to do like this little
we put a band together.
A little night of music thing. And that night my wife said to me, if you do anything like this for my 40th, I'm leaving you. Like dead in the eye like that. If you do anything like this, I'm leaving you. And that's not a judgment on that party or that person.
No.
It's just that that is her idea of hell. On our honeymoon.
That bad?
Yeah, it was approximately an hour and a half of torture. And when we were on our honeymoon, she had the same thing where we were on a Greek island, and they did the kind of Zorba the Greek night, and the very kind of like affable, lovely waiters at this Greek restaurant basically just like picked her up and put her on a table in front of a restaurant full of people.
Oh no.
And she was like, worst moment of my life.
Yeah.
Like, and that's kind of how I feel when I'm like put in the middle of having everybody have to like look at you and celebrate you. It just makes me feel really uncomfortable. I should probably figure out why.
Yeah.
I've got therapy tomorrow, so
That could be something to bring
yeah,
up.
I'll bring it up. Looking back on birthdays when you were young, how did they feel back then?
Amazing. When you were a kid?
Yeah.
So, okay. When you're 5 or 6, okay, 3 to anywhere between 9. 3 and 9, yeah. Birthday is everything. You're counting down the days, you're counting down the months. You are all engrossed in that birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have your party down the village hall or wherever it may be, or go-karting or paintballing.
Is that because it's a time where like you're given like a pass from everything? You can do whatever you want.
Probably the presents.
And the presents. That was a big one.
Yeah, presents,
sure.
cake. It's just your day.
Yeah.
When you're a kid, it is generally your day. What do you want to do today, James? I want to go to the park. I want to go to the zoo. And then I want to do this. Oh, yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah.
Why the fuck can't this happen every other day?
Yeah, completely right.
That's why.
Presumably money.
Yeah, everyone would be broke, yeah.
Yeah.
But for sure, when you're younger, birthdays are the be-all and end-all.
I think it's also because when you're like younger like that, you just get so excited about like material stuff.
Oh, of course.
Getting presents,
Yeah.
getting new toys, getting a new like little garage for your car collection or something more current.
Tracy Islands.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, mate. I had one of them and I loved it. I've still got some of the like metal Thunderbirds toys.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And my son he found one and started playing with it. I was like, you've got to be really careful with that, mate.
Put that away and get you a plastic one.
Because that's basically older than me. And he was like, okay, I'll be really careful. And then lo and behold, like an hour later, it's just like falling apart in a way I've never seen this toy fall apart before. And I was like, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Inwardly seething.
Yes.
And then I said to my missus afterwards, I was like, see, this is why I said he can't play with this. But I guess that's kind of what must make it feel so exciting as a kid. But like as you get older and you can buy your own shit, you kind of yearn for that sort of thing a bit less.
Yeah, of course.
Honestly, like best present I could have wanted was like a bit of a lion. And to just be like allowed to be a bit tired for the day. And I quite enjoyed that. So yeah, but it's a tricky one. I don't know why. Birthdays just kind of freak me out a bit. Every year I have the existential dread. It's not about how old I'm getting. It's not about the fact that I'm aging. Just for some reason, it's just like difficult to sort of like capture that kind of sparkle from your birthday every year.
And plus you've had like a lot more of them now, so they're not as exciting as they were at the start.
That's a very good point.
Like your 18th birthday was like the first one you went out to properly party. The first time you're allowed into clubs. Oh my God, everything is so new.
Yeah.
19th, same.
Well, legally.
Legally, yeah. Well, for me, definitely. I looked about 12 when I was 18. I had to go with my passport and my driving license to get into the club. So bad.
But did you not ever have the kind of like banter with the bouncers who clearly knew you were underage, but you'd done a good enough job like photoshopping your passport?
Didn't even bother trying.
Really?
There was no point.
No way.
There was absolutely no point me trying.
Right, okay. Oh, fair enough. So when you were 18, you...
Yeah, my 18th was my first... to pubs and stuff, yeah, we'd try it, but to clubs, not a chance.
Ah, fair enough.
Not a chance.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, 18th was the first night out.
And that's when you just go wild.
Yeah,
like you just go off on one.
Just having the best time.
Yeah.
It's all very new. The first time I think I was a little bit like, ooh, okay, what's going on? There's a lot of bigger kids here and like adults.
Yeah, grown-ups.
Proper grown-ups. And there's like little old me in the corner.
Sorry, excuse me, sir.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I trouble you for a beer?
Yeah. Or WKDs or whatever they were serving that was cheap.
All right, okay, we're going to take a quick break and then we're going to come back. Speaking of aging, we're going to move on from birthdays a little bit, but talk about like milestone moments that we really want to wish we could go back to.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, back after this. Okay, welcome back to Man vs. Mind. We're in the third part of our aging mini-series, and I've just spent the first 20 minutes of the show just bitching about birthdays. So thanks for sticking with us. Okay, now we are going to sort of revisit something that we touched upon last week with that time travel anecdote.
The ancient Egypt.
You want to go back to ancient Egypt? Yeah. Was that a particularly sort of like fond moment from your childhood, or?
I loved it at school. Loved it. I was so good I could write my name in hieroglyphics and everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was
No
really
way.
into it.
So you were better at writing in ancient Egyptian than you are in English?
Pictures.
Of course.
Drawing in pictures.
Of course. Yeah.
I reckon this is why I'd be like good at Japanese or Chinese.
Yeah. Have you
No.
learned? No. I didn't even need to ask the question, did I? No. Okay, so Jay, ancient Egypt aside,
Okay.
something in your lifetime that it could be like an era or just a day or a night or an age or a feeling or whatever. Where would you want to go back to and why?
I would say the first one that comes to mind is the first Reading festival I went to.
Nice. Okay, which year?
Well, we were 16. So
Okay. Early 2000s.
2003, 2002, something? No,
Yeah.
maybe not that.
Something
Somewhere
like that.
along those
Yeah.
lines. And just because that, I just felt like, wow. This is my first kind of taste of freedom. I was allowed to go on my own, well, with friends.
Yeah.
And just the whole weekend.
So hang on. You were some meek 18-year-old turning up at a club for the first time being like, "Excuse me, sir, can I
Yeah.
have some more?" When you went to the bar.
But Reading was my people. The club, not so much. Does that make
Right.
sense?
Yeah,
I felt like I
okay.
fit in a little bit better at a rock festival than I did a club that's playing neo and
Yeah, okay.
music that
yeah,
I
that's
didn't
fair.
quite understand.
Yeah. I can understand that. See, where I was growing up, I went to like a rock and metal bar instead of going to like
Didn't have
clubs.
that.
You didn't?
No, I would have loved that. I would have gone there
Oh.
all the time.
It was dirty as hell, and I've got a fucking wicked anecdote about this bar. Where it's actually really creepy, and we're totally going off track here. I had a stalker when I was 18, 19, something like that. And I was coming back from college one day on the bus, and I left my wallet on the bus. And later that night, this guy turns up at my door. Oh my God, I've not thought about this in so long. You know, when something it was like so long ago,
Yeah.
you start to wonder if it actually happened. This definitely did.
Mm.
And this guy turns up at the door. And so I'm upstairs in my room, and my dad goes, like, "Tim, like, can you come downstairs for a sec?" And I'm like, "Okay, yeah, sure." Like, dum downstairs. And my dad goes, "This guy has returned your wallet," because it had my ID and my address and everything in there. So I was like, "Oh, thank you very much. That's really kind of you." Took the wallet, thought nothing of it.
Mm.
Right. A couple of days later, like, a letter is left through the door. "Hi Tim, it's so and so, the person that returned your wallet. Just wondered if you wanted to go for a drink." Didn't knock on the door.
Just posted it.
Just posted it. Yeah. And I was just like, okay, no, I'm all right.
Yeah.
Like,
just
fine.
No.
No.
Put it back through the letterbox.
Straight through the letterbox. No, I just ignored it.
Yeah.
As most people would. A few days pass, and another letter comes through the door. "Hi Tim, I don't know if you got my last note. I mean, you left it in my fucking front door, so pretty sure I did. But I'm going to be going to this aforementioned rock bar on Friday."
Where you had been, where he found your wallet.
No, I'd been coming back from college when he found my wallet. So I'm going to be at this bar 8 o'clock on Friday. Hopefully I'll see you there. Right. One of my neighbours then said to one of my parents, like, "I saw this guy basically like looking round your house on the outside, looking through windows, trying to see if he can get around the back garden, all this sort of stuff." So they're a bit like, okay, this is getting a bit fucking weird. And and then Friday night comes, and I was supposed to be going out with a bunch of mates for a friend's birthday, funnily enough. And and we were having some drinks at my mate's house. I'm like, "Right, okay, so where are we going tonight?" He's like, "I'm thinking of going to that rock bar." And I was like, oh, fucking no, for the love of God. And he goes, what's going on? And I'm just like, right, okay, hear me out. There's this guy who is kind of stalking me, knows where I live, left me 2 like maniacally scribbled notes through my front door, and he wants to go for a drink on Friday tonight. Guess where? My mate starts pissing himself laughing. A couple of the other guys then hear him laughing and go, what's up? And he's like, oh yeah, Tim's boyfriend is over at the bar. And I was like, oh, okay, all right, let's go. But I'm just telling you.
Stay close, yeah.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Stay close. Stay closer than him.
Yeah.
More importantly, right? And so we get there, and we're like in one of the rooms where they've got loads of pool tables and stuff, and we're just like playing some pool and stuff. And an hour passes, and I'm like, okay, I feel like I'm in the clear. I haven't seen this guy yet. And then he kind of just like really awkwardly just like enters the room and just like hugs the wall and just like surveys the room with his eyes, just like peeling across the room. And I saw him before he saw me, so I immediately kind of hand up on the side of the face, and I'm like looking over the other way. And one of my mates goes, what's going on? I'm like, that's the guy. That's the guy. That's the creepy guy over there. And if he needed to look any creepier, he was wearing like a fucking leather trench coat, right? And over the course of the evening, wherever we went in the bar, he'd like soon then just appear over the other side of the room, just like looking at me. And a couple of my mates start to get really agitated by it, to the point where they're like, no, I'm gonna fucking go and say something to this guy. And I'm just like, look, don't worry about it. I'm just gonna go speak to the bouncers, right? So I go over to the front door, front gate or whatever, to this club, and I go, guys, okay, again, hear me out. Here's the story. Bouncer starts laughing. The other bouncer is like, hey, what's going on? And then the bouncer goes, yeah, this guy's boyfriend is in the bar. And I'm just like, fuck's sake. Like, and I'm like, okay, but seriously, like, this dude has basically just been like lurching and staring at me all night long, and he knows where I live. Can you do something about this, please? And they were like, okay. And then I hung around outside for a bit just to kind of like avoid following them straight in as they beat to this guy, right? And I thought I'd just made it long enough so that I could like safely go in. And it's like a really narrow corridor as you go into this place, and literally I'm then walking through again as they're dragging this guy out straight down the corridor. And he's like, but you know me, Tim, don't you? You know me. And I was just like, no, you fucking creepy weirdo. Like, no, I'm done with this, thanks. And thankfully, like, he wasn't sort of particularly like threatening.
Wasn't a nasty.
No,
it was still a bit weird.
But it was just weird.
So I'm assuming you wouldn't go back to that period.
No, but through that anecdote, I just did. Yeah. I really relived it. And to get to the point of the segment, I wouldn't have changed a thing. Reading, yeah. So Reading was first kind of taste of kind of adulthood. You're allowed to do what you kind of want to do. Yeah. 0 people were IDing a bar, so you can get as many beers as you want. It was just amazing. My favourite bands were playing. It was a little bit lawless, but still within bounds. You know, you didn't feel too unsafe anywhere you went. So I really enjoyed that first weekend. I've got like one of my favourite sort of happy places is a festival, pick one, where typically Reading or Glastonbury, where my two favourite stages at those two festivals were basically like west facing. So as the sun was starting to go down, you'd get the sun going down directly opposite the stage. Yeah. And so when you got this like summertime golden hour sort of thing going on, and there are like some of your favourite bands playing on the stage. Yeah, amazing. That's where I'm like, that is where I'm just like blissfully happy. Yeah. Nowadays, I couldn't think of anything fucking worse than going to a crowd of like pissed up 20-year-olds. Yeah, that would be a struggle. I think Glastonbury is still doable. But glamping maybe. Yes, yeah, I'm with you on that one. Yeah. I don't think I could rough it in a tent. I don't think my back could handle it anymore. God's sake. We're so old. Oh, that's so bad. All right, music, festivals and stalkers aside, you got anywhere else? Yeah, when I was
18, I moved to France to do the snowboarding for a year.
Oh, that's cool.
That was just the best time.
Mm-hmm.
We've made some really, really close friends. Really, because you're all thrown together. There's a few English people in the resort.
Yeah.
So,
You were how old?
18.
18.
18, yeah.
So it's kind of like uni.
Well, yeah, I didn't do the uni
similar
route.
experience to what you would have had at uni.
I guess it was the gap year without the rewards. Well, it was a gap year without warranting the reward of having a gap year. So
Huh?
I finished college and just went straight to like the gap year, which was doing the snowboarding,
Right.
rather than doing the educational thing that would warrant the reward of going on a gap year.
I see. Okay, yes, I understand.
But it was just incredible, just snowboarding every single day and just having the best time.
Oh man, I'm envious.
Yeah, that was
I'm
really good.
envious. Again, I don't think I could ski every day now. It would just do my fucking back in.
It would ache, but I would force myself to.
Would you?
Yeah.
So if you did a really long trip
Mm.
and you were gone for like a couple of weeks,
Yeah.
you'd be on the slopes every day.
Depends on the hangovers, but yeah, most likely. I would at least attempt to get on every day.
Okay. Yeah, fair play.
I would attempt it because I
Yeah.
just love it. And I'm not to blow my own trumpet. I don't know if I am now, but I was very good at it as well.
Okay.
Yeah, that jumps and stuff.
Ooh,
Yeah.
nice.
Now, that I would not attempt at this age because
That-
I would just snap.
That's just frankly irresponsible.
Yeah.
At these ages we're at now. I had a really favourite time skiing when I was on a uni ski trip and just shot off from a load of my mates. Put my headphones on, had like some trail mix in my bag,
Yeah, amazing.
just nuts and raisins and stuff. And as I got to the top of the lift, Master of Puppets by Metallica came on. Oh, that's one for Soundtrack of Our Lives.
Yeah, okay.
And I was like, okay at skiing. I'd been on one ski trip before that. But in my youth, I was like all fucking balls and no technique.
Yeah.
And I just went for it. And I did like my first grind and a big jump and stuff like that. And I was like, this is amazing. Like, this is so... I can see why people
They get into it.
hurl themselves down
Yeah.
a mountain as fast as they can. Do you have any moments where you wish you'd done something differently or better?
I don't agree with it. I don't agree with that premise. I really don't. Like,
And I agree with your disagreement.
Okay, there we go. I think if you did something different, I wouldn't be sat here now. So I'm a firm believer that you do. I'm not saying, and I think we may have spoken about this in private once, but nothing is set out for you by any stretch in my way of thinking. But certainly everything you've done has led you to this point, and I like this point, so I wouldn't change anything.
I completely agree. I said something very similar in my groom's speech at our wedding, where I basically thanked every single person in the room, not for turning up and saying lovely things and giving us stuff from our gift list. I said, look, thank you, because if you're in this room, you've impacted our life enough to leave us where we are right here, right now, to mean that we have met each other and got married.
Yeah.
So if you're in this room, then we're eternally thankful for you actually contributing to the journey that we've made so far.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm completely the same as you. I think if one were to actively regret the decisions you've made, the choices you've made, then that suggests that you're not satisfied with where you're at.
Yeah. What are your moments? What are your moments?
Obvious ones, like wedding day, the day that my children were born, stuff like that.
Yeah, I would also like to add those into mine as well, just in case my wife's listening. I obviously, goes without saying.
Good piggybacking, bro. But then there are a few like standout moments. One was the night where I unofficially asked my wife to marry me, and we were just on a weekend away in Brighton. We've been together for about 4 years. We were still stupidly young. I think I was like 24 or something. And we just had such an amazing time. And we stayed in this little hotel. We treated ourselves to like a nice room. And we got a room which had like a little kind of like not saunery, but like just like a sort of like fancy bath thing in the middle of the room. And we ordered up like bottles of fizz and things like that. Not that we were particularly flush with cash. We just thought we'd treat ourselves to like a night away.
Yeah.
And listening to Elbow,
Okay. Nice.
listening to Mirrorball, and I just said to her, marry me. And she said, when you ask me properly, I'll say yes. So that's just one of those moments I could just bathe in forever and just remember it and remember that feeling forever, being just so deliriously happy that I just spontaneously proposed. That was pretty amazing. Like morning cuddles with the kids. Yeah, definitely.
Especially when they're super young and when they wake up and they're just all smiley and just so happy to see you.
Oh, that's where we're at with our little girl at the moment.
That's amazing.
Oh, it's just perfect. It's just perfect.
Now I've got little one running in, jumping on me, and then using me as a trampoline for 10 minutes until I wake up, which is amazing still, but not as cute. It's just rolling over and going,
It's just yet another entry into the list of things that are going to throw your back out. I suppose, like, thinking about things that I could have handled better or done better is like, I wish I'd stood up to my bully at school earlier.
Yeah.
I also, I still really wish I'd pursued different, like, studies. But if I'd have done that, I wouldn't have gone to university where I went, and I wouldn't have met my wife.
So dominoes.
Yeah. I suppose it's weird, actually, that I think the memories that I really want to revisit the most are almost exclusively just with my wife. Because we've been together for so long, right? Such a long time, that the best moments of my life, and nothing to do with her, like the worst moments of my life, we've been together. We've been through it together. And like another one was when we were like, we'd only been together for like a year or something, and Ministry of Sound did a pop-up at our university summer ball.
Oh, cool.
So there was like one of the rooms that you'd usually just like get cheap drinks in was like transformed into this Ministry of Sound room, and we just danced all night long. Literally,
there's a lot of sugar in WKD.
So much sugar and Red Bull. Yeah, it was just a potent combination. And I was like, anything else could be happening right now. Yeah, and I'm just like right here in this moment, and it's just incredible. And it's the same feeling I get when bedtime's easy, when we're doing bedtime with my little boy, and like the whole family is just sitting in his room, and we're just like reading stories and having cuddles and stuff. And that's like, the world could be ending outside, but in here it's like perfect. Yeah, and I know that in 5 years' time, 10 years' time, 30 years' time, I'm gonna want to go back to that moment. Yeah, that's so badly. Sure. And my dad on our wedding day, my dad gave me this little tip. And for anybody who's listening who is got a wedding coming up, firstly, congratulations. But one of the things that he said to me is take little moments throughout the day to kind of almost physically extract yourself from the situation. Don't literally leave, but like start to try and view things from a third person perspective. Yeah. Really take in everything that's going on around you, even if it means you stop listening to what's happening for a second. Just like take that moment to observe, and it will stick with you for much longer, because such an emotionally charged day. Yeah, that you don't remember. Yeah, it just flies past in no time.
Your brother said the same thing to me on our wedding.
Presumably.
Your dad said the same thing to him as well. Yeah,
yeah, most likely. And it worked? Yeah. Did it work for you?
Very much so.
Really?
Also, I didn't drink on our wedding.
Did you not?
Because I really wanted to like remember it and like be a couple of beers. I kept,
Good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had ended up in hospital the day before from drinking too much. So
there it is. There it is. Yeah, I mean, it helped me immeasurably. Like, I remember very specific moments from our wedding day, like crystal clear now. And so I can go back to those moments now, 10 years down the line. Yeah. And go, yep, I remember exactly how that felt. And I remember what that moment was like. And just feeling like a king for that day. Yeah. And it was just unbelievable. So I think it shows that even though time is passing so fast, and we touched upon it in the last episode, like wanting to preserve that memory, the memory of the things that are the most important to you in all the world. There are just like, and we're not giving professional advice, but they're just like little tips and tricks, little things that we've picked up that were passed down to me and to other people to help you just like be really present and preserve how certain things feel and how significant they are when like the world is spinning around you and your emotions are going at 1,000 miles an hour. Just being able to like try and calm your mind down and just go, right, I'm going to take a second and actively like force myself to remember this. So yeah, hopefully that helps you kind of slow down the passing of time a little bit.
When do we get to talk about the ancient Egyptians? I just think it would be a cool place to go, man.
It would be a cool place to go. Yeah. But like man versus Ra doesn't quite have the same sound, like the same ring to it, does it?
It sounds very made in Chelsea.
Yeah, maybe we've got man versus Toffs coming up in a future episode. Man versus Ra. Next week, what we're going to do is try and like, instead of thinking about aging as something that like bothers us continually, something to be afraid of, we're going to try and like frame it into what can we look forward to,
the positives of it,
the kind of like alleged wisdom that we are supposed to gain as we grow older.
I would quite like that to kick in at some point. Hasn't done that yet.
Yeah, this much fabled wisdom.
Yeah, that's still yet to come. I think I've got another 4 or 5 years I can even pretend.
Yes. So we're going to try and end the series on like a really positive, uplifting note next week. And yeah, so thanks very much indeed for listening.
Yeah. Oh, I think it's also thank you very much. We've seen a lot of new listeners in the last couple of weeks. So I just want to say thank you to everyone if you just started to join in and listen to the conversation. We really appreciate it.
We absolutely do, yes. Thank you so much indeed for spending your time with us. If you are new around here, and if you're old around here and haven't done it yet, please give us a rate and a review wherever you listen. Make sure you follow so you get your episodes straight away. But importantly, yeah, we could really appreciate the kind of 5-star rating, a few nice words. If you've got a couple of seconds, it would mean the world to us.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Thank you very much, guys.
Awesome. All right. Toodaloo.
Bye.